shwmae a chroeso I ras Camaraderie. Hello and welcome to our daily show. I'm Lowri and I'll be your host for the whole duration of this epic adventure. 380 kilometres over 6 days, and with the runners climbing 16,400 metres. No wonder it's known as the toughest mountain race in the world. So, 1 day down, only 5 to go. And today, the second day, is all about the Moelwynion and the Rhinogydd. 59 kilometres in total and climbing 3,000 metres. The mountains might not be as high as yesterday, but oh my goodness, they are brutal. So today has been about mental strength, physical strength, and also great mountain craft, because picking that correct line, that fast line, especially over the Rhinogydd, will make the difference between making it to camp tonight by 10 p.m. or not. And look, the sun is shining today. What more can you ask for? How are you feeling about the navigation on the Rhinogydd today?
It is a little bit difficult, but I'm quite lucky. I've sort of reckoned it twice now, so I do know the paths, and I'll keep an eye out on the watch and the phone as well.
Have you got any racing lines in mind?
I do have a racing line in mind, yeah. It's just past the steps and go right before the lake, as opposed to going out and around.
Right.
So that's one that some other people have done in the past, so I think I'm going to give that a bash.
Right, I'll get your water now. Get it sorted. Well done, thanks Dave.
My name is Darren Graham. I'm the race director of Area Events, and the Dragon's Back race is a major event for the company. One of my jobs is to sort the map out, ensure the details are correct, not only of the map which shows the routes, but also of the facts that go into it, and keeping everything up to date as much as possible, including the obvious route changes, which also affects the elevation profiles as well, which we provide in the corner of each day. We're just trying to continuously evolve the route itself. So we basically get the GPX first, and then we send it over to the map producers, which are Harveys. Then we have a first draft, and we look at it and we scrutinise it. We sometimes have to go out and double check it by recceing the route. If we come across any other issues, like let's change it to this side of the stream, etc., we will change it again. And we have about 3 drafts before we get to the final draft. The paper map is kind of a trusted source of information. When you have a watch or you've got a device, I know we're in an age where the batteries are really good, etc., but there's always that issue if the battery fails, you can't access your phone, etc. You've got the trusty map. It shows the bigger picture, which is always good to know. You can see what's ahead, what's around. If you're struggling, if you're stuck and you need to divert, you can see exactly where you're going. It's a very useful source of information.
Coming down off Rhinogydd, you think you're going the wrong way the whole time. So I use the watch and the map, but I annotated used the map quite heavily for this recce, when I recce'd it. There's a few shortcuts. Whether they make any difference to my time, I doubt it, but sometimes it makes the going a little bit easier. So if you know, you know.
Good evening, welcome to our humble abode here in the heart of the runners camp, where the athletes get a chance to socialise, eat some supper, put their feet up, get some dragon mail, look at the results, and no need to look at the results when it comes to talking to Simon Roberts, second at the moment. Good day, Simon?
Yeah, can't complain really. We survived. Like you said, yeah, in second place. Max is challenging me out there. Run most of the day with him, so yeah, he's got the skills, and he's a cracking guy as well. So we've been having a bit of a chat as well as we run along. But then he's got extra gears, and he actually smashed me on the last climb. Yeah, so that's me pulled away then.
But Max was telling us yesterday, despite his extensive CV and impressive CV, that he's never run a race, a stage race, as long as this.
Right.
Maybe, do you think it could be down to
I can't see any weaknesses there at the moment. I do try and get him on some of the shortcuts, but he's that fast though, he can make up for it.
Right.
And he's eating up the course. It's easy. It's quite, I would say he's probably not finding it easy, but the challenging terrain is not a challenge for him. But maybe the distance could be towards the end of the week.
The thing is, it's never over until it's over, and you know that from experience. It was last year, wasn't it? Or 2 years ago, rather, when you had the stress fractures.
Yeah,
yes?
it was on day 5, just before Penavan. Yeah, and I pulled out after Penavan. Yeah.
Does that make you want to come back stronger? Because we ran our first Dragons back together in 2019.
In the old school days, when it was a 5-day race.
5-day,
yeah.
Using a map.
Yeah.
Well, still map involved, but maybe the GPS is slightly better these days.
It was a bit more raw back then at that event.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's quite glitzy and glamorous now. It's got a charging station, it's got a drying room.
I know!
Yeah.
What's this?
I know, that's great.
But yeah, are you still enjoying the challenge though?
Yeah. I wouldn't come here if I wasn't loving it, because it's a big ask. You absolutely destroy your body.
Yeah.
I mean, I am wrecked today after 3, but yeah, you've got to love it, otherwise you wouldn't come here.
You're one of the elite runners, but do you get a chance to enjoy the camaraderie out there?
Oh, definitely, yeah. In 2019, I met some of my best mates there, and some of them are here this year as well. Yeah, it's cracking.
So plan of attack for the week ahead?
Just going to keep on doing what I've been doing. That's all I can do. I mean, yeah, just try my best out there. Running hard. Yeah, my body's feeling it today. But I know we've got 4 more days left.
Any tips on how to recover faster?
Just got to eat as much as you can. Yeah, I've struggled eating tonight, but I've managed to finish my food and my dessert. So I'll just keep on going back to the chips now a few times, and then yeah, should be okay.
Well, I'll be cheering you on and wishing you all the best, and to a healthy and exciting competition out there with Max and whoever else you're racing alongside with. Thanks,
thank
Simon.
you, Lowri.
It's been a tough 2 days out there, and I'm very happy to say that Zoe has joined us this evening. Zoe, how did it go?
Had a great day, really good day.
Yeah.
We set off this morning, left from camp. I left with one of my tent buddies, well, I left with a couple of my tent buddies, and then a guy I hadn't met before, but they'd met him yesterday, and we just sort of ran out. I sort of presumed they were going to leave me at Knitt because they're pretty strong, and then we just all stuck together, and we actually ended up sticking together for the whole day.
Knitt is a challenging mountain to start day 2, isn't it?
Yeah.
And different lines of running down as well?
Yeah. So I think the way up is hard, and you're happy to tick off that first climb, because the legs, you just got to find your legs again. That first climb is just relentless again. And then the way down is, it's a bum slide. It's wet. It was basically a bum slide down.
Was it?
Yeah.
And you and Joe were ping pong battling throughout the day?
I didn't know where she was.
Oh, did you not?
I had no idea whether she was ahead of me or behind me when we set off.
Okay.
I actually slept in through my alarm by an hour.
Zoe Murphy.
I didn't even hear my alarm, so I woke up at 5:30 in a panic. All my tent was empty, everyone had gone, other than Si. And
They could have woken you up.
I said that. I thought we just thought you wanted to sleep. So it was a panic. So I didn't know where.
I didn't know, but then I saw you in Cwm Bychan.
Yeah.
Jo came in, she left.
Yeah.
You sat down, ate your food, and I said, are you going? And you said, no, I'm waiting here. It's a long game, this is.
Yeah.
Is that how you're facing this challenge?
100%.
Yeah.
It's a 6-day race. Like, it's not a 1 day, 2 day, it's 6 days. And I think those support points, and knowing today, it was like, you've got to get that nutrition in at Cwm Bychan. Like, I had some rice pudding, I had some fruit and bits and bobs and crisps. I wanted them in before you started climbing again, because I thought just to get those calories in before we hit the climb.
Because you're eating for tomorrow, for the 4th day.
Yeah.
I made the mistake of not eating, dodgy stomach, and it affected the day after, basically. Talking about that as well, having experience on this course, you've raced this before. You were also with us on the media team last year. Did a sterling job, by the way.
Thank you.
And you've been with Shea on his FKT on the Dragon's Back race route. How integral has it been doing the route and learning those little shortcuts here and there? And they might not be massive shortcuts, but it just makes a massive difference, doesn't it?
It is. It's minutes here, it's minutes there, but you add it all together and it suddenly adds up. So day 2 is the day that you can make the most. The truth is, day 2 has the most little shortcuts that you can take. And it's just sort of speaking to and studying some previous winners' lines. I've got some friends who've done it before, won it before, and you chat with them, their lines. I did recce's with them, and you just pick stuff up as you go along.
Another thing I noticed about you today, Jo found herself running on her own. I know Jo likes company. She had company in the Cape Wrath when she won that. You had a good gang of men to run with today, didn't you?
I am a little harem of men. We picked them up as well as we went through the day. We collected some on the way.
Fantastic.
Yeah, huge difference today.
Yeah.
It really does. Like, it just lifts you. When you're having a low, they just pick you up, and vice versa. There was 3 of us that did the whole day together.
Right. And
I think when one's having a low, the other 2 lift you, and vice versa. So we actually had a really fun day. It was great.
It looked like you were having fun.
Really
I've got to say. Well, you've been smiling throughout. I've seen you quite often over the last 2 days, and you've always had this positive outlook on the race, and it's quite infectious, so thank you very much for that. And I wish you all the very best.
Thank you.
On the next 3 days, 4 days.
4 days?
4 days. I can't count. I'm so excited. After 2 days of technical running, the runners will leave camp here and onto Cader Idris. After that, the terrain will become more runnable as they drop down to Machynlleth to stop in a shop, possibly, where they'll be able to choose between fish and chips or a lollipop or an ice cream. Big questions indeed. And then they'll be climbing Llyn Limon Fawr before dropping into Llangurig, where I'm sure they'll all be very grateful for a good night's sleep. Join us tomorrow to see how all of the action unfolds. 8 a.m. Welwn ni chi fory yn gynnar yn y bore. Nos da.